All right, let's talk about a financial statement ratio now. Number of times interest charges were earned. So when we have stakeholders, that is people that are interested in our financial statements, they are likely to calculate ratios so that they compare our numbers. They'll either want to compare our numbers to previous periods of our company or to other people in our industry, like our competitors. So this particular ratio, the higher the better, because the more likely that we'll be able to cover our bond interest expense with our earnings. So let's see how this works. We've got our formula. I've written it here. It's going to be net income plus interest expense, and then we're going to divide that by our interest expense. And again, this ratio will tell us how many times we can cover our interest charges with our earnings, with our current period earnings. All right, so we'll need to get these numbers. So net income is given to us. It's this number, income before income tax for year. That's our net income. So I'm going to drop that in right here. To that number, I'd like to add interest expense. I'm not given interest expense, but I'm given the fact that I have bonds payable of 6%, and so I can calculate by knowing my face value times my annual percentage. That will give me my interest. So bonds payable is $1,500,000. And then my interest rate is 6%. That's an annual interest rate. And since I want a whole year, that I can just say that times that. I don't have to do it times 6/12 because I need the whole year. So times 1 will be just fine. So $90,000. So my numerator is $390,000. That's my numerator. Then for my denominator, I need just interest expense. So I'm just going to put $90,000 at the bottom. I'm going to do a line right here so that you can tell that this is a fraction. And so when I calculate 390,000 divided by 90,000, I get 4.33333. That is my number of times interest charges were earned. That means that I can cover my interest with my current earnings about 4.3 times. So again, a number by itself doesn't tell us much. We need to compare this to previous periods or to others in our industry to find out if this is a strong number. And then when we do compare it, it will tell our stakeholders what the likelihood is that, for example, if we have a drop in earnings, whether or not we'll still be able to pay our bond interest. So that's something important for those stakeholders to know. Let me know if you have any questions.